Hello, my Immunotec family. So happy to be here with all of you. My name is Giancarlo Torres, and I am your friend. I am your Immunotec friend. And I am so happy to be here, being part of this School for Gold. Now, a little bit about me and how I started my Immunotec career. So I was always looking for a way to start a business that was low risk. That was my goal because I didn't have much money and I didn't have experience. I was 19 and I was broke, but I wanted to start a business. I had this entrepreneurial desire on me. And this is when Immunotec comes in my life. And I actually find out about Immunotec through the product, through Immunotec. And a couple months later, after being a raving fan of the product, they said, there's a business opportunity behind it. You should check it out. I went to the meeting, saw the info, and I decided, actually, even though I became silver that day at that meeting, a couple months later, I went to the Immunotec convention. And at that convention in Long Beach, California, I decided to make Immunotec as my career. A couple months later, I become the rank of gold. And I have to say that gold is a very special rank. And the reason why it's a special rank is because when you get to gold, this is where you start thinking, wow, I can actually make some money. I can actually maybe even earn full-time income. Maybe. I can actually even make this as a career. But that only happens when you get to gold. So gold becomes like a possibility for you to do great things in Immunotec. Okay? Gold becomes, like the belief system, like, wow, I can actually accomplish some of the goals I've had for many years. Okay? So gold is a very special rank. Now, with this in mind, there's also a reality check with gold. And the reality is that once you get to gold, the reality check is that how you maintain your gold all the way to diamond is going to depend on your leadership. It's going to depend on your leadership. And why did I repeat this? The reason why I repeat this is because to get to diamond, it's just not a matter of let's sell product, let's bring people into our team. Okay? That's not how you get to diamond. Okay? We only have 3 descriptions in our profession. Okay? 3 things that we do. First, we sell product. That's pretty simple. You sell product, get commission. Then we create a network of people that sell products. So we earn a commission on a lower level. And the third part is what we are going to talk about today. The third part is how to increase the productivity of your team based on your leadership. And so that's the whole point of today's session. How can we increase the productivity of the team based on some ideas and suggestions that we're going to talk about today? Okay, when I got to gold, I have to make a confession here. I got to gold, I got my gold bonus, and then I didn't qualify for more than 11 months. I think it was 13 months. And the reason why I didn't qualify for so many months is because I made so many mistakes. Okay, I wasn't a leader. I didn't have the skills. And then eventually, I had to understand that I had to admit my mistakes. I had to be humble and learn from other successful leaders. So the whole point of this School for Gold is to accelerate your growth and for you to not make the same mistakes that I made. Okay, so if we can agree on that, we're going to talk about some factors here. I'm going to show you my screen, and we'll keep talking. Wonderful. So accelerators, things that accelerate your business as a goal. Okay, remote lines, campaigns, and incentives. We're going to focus a little bit on campaigns here. Now, what is a campaign? Well, we all know that whenever someone wants to reach a certain position in politics, they start campaigns, right? Why do they start campaigns? Well, because they want to influence people. They want to create a campaign in which there's energy, there's hope, there are dreams, and then this creates influence. And remember, leadership is influence. Like John Maxwell says, nothing more, nothing less. Leadership is influence. So campaigns is a very important part of our business to enhance the influence you have in your team. It's to enhance the productivity of your team. Okay? Now, what kind of campaigns can we do? And we already explained what is a campaign, right? But what kind of campaigns can we do? But before going to that part, I want to explain a little bit of the power of a campaign, okay? Recently, some friends and I, we decided to do river rafting. Not sure if you guys have ever done that. And I personally had never done it. I was very scared in doing a river rafting because I kind of put an idea in my mind that wasn't true. I thought it was going to be crazy and all that. But turns out that when I went to this river rafting, it was actually very calm. The key with this river rafting was that we did it with a big group of friends. I think there was like 20 of us. We were all together. We all did it. For many of us, it was a first time. Whenever something happened, we were there to help. And we did that for 3 hours. You asked me, that was one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life. Would I ever done that by myself? No. Was I scared? Yes. But since there was a big group of people that I trusted, we all did it together. So how can we compare this to a campaign? Well, campaign is not done by yourself. That's the first lesson. You have to involve and talk to your team. What campaigns can we expect or can we get? The reality is that as entrepreneurs, we have to think like an entrepreneur, right? So we have to be resourceful. The greatest entrepreneurs are all resourceful. And one of the best ways to be resourceful is to talk to other people that have resources, that have done it. Okay, so some that I've seen that have worked for certain leaders and for my team is what you call a tech blitz. Some diamonds in Immunotec do a tech blitz campaign. So what does that mean? Well, in 2022, you can't call someone. You have to text them to say, hey, can I call you? That's just a reality. People have literally put their phone in silent. So the best way to reach people nowadays is text messaging. If you bring someone into your team and you say, make a list of 100 people, and you say, call them, most likely they will freeze and they won't do it. If you tell them, text them, they will do it. Now, you can combine this by combining your team and doing a text blitz. So what does this mean? Well, a text blitz means, first of all, it's a campaign of who texts the most people so that they can create appointments. When they create appointments, then they have the ability to present. And once they present, they can bring people and recruit people into the team. You can create a text blitz and say, look, whoever texts the most people or makes the most appointments, I'm going to give them a free dinner. I'm going to give them a free product. I'm going to give them an extra bonus. I don't know. Or I'm going to travel to their city. Whatever it is, make competitions. Text blitz is a very simple way to increase the productivity of your team. Think about this. Let's say you only have 10 people in your team. 10 people. Okay? Let's say they're not too active. And 10 people in your team is a tiny team. Okay? Let's say all of them start a text blitz. They all text 100 people. And each one of them get 20 appointments. Do the math here. Okay? And this is pretty simple. So, of course, 20 times 10 is 200. That's pretty simple. So think about it. Of 100 people that they text, 20 say yes to an appointment. That's 200 appointments in your team with a team of 10. Let's say of those 200, I don't know, 20% get into the business, 40 people get into your business. How amazing, listen well, would that be for your team? Would you rank up? Absolutely. You would absolutely rank up. That's an example of a campaign. Okay? Personally, I don't think I'm still an expert in campaigns, but one of the reasons why I even found a campaign like this is because I've spoken to people in the business and in the industry that are amazing campaigns. So that's another lesson. Okay? If you've never done something and you're scared, talk to someone that is an expert. So campaigns are crucial for productivity. Okay? So those are some of the elements that increase volume in a campaign. Now, where should you build? The reality is that that's a question that you have to answer yourself. Many leaders in our company have most of their teams in other states. Some leaders have most of their team locally. The big leaders have it in both places. They have it in both where they are and internationally. Okay? Where should you build? Well, it all depends nowadays. If you're a big in-person, okay, and you love in-person events, then you should build locally. And the reality is that to build locally is the easiest way to build your business. Okay? Now, personally, I have teams in many states, and I do have a international team. Recently, I used to live in the state of Georgia. I was there for 3 years. And in those 3 years, we have a couple goals. Now, I'm in another state. I'm in the state of New York. And my goal is to create a couple goals here. And then what I'm happy is that in Georgia, they're self-sufficient. They're growing by themselves. So I'm happy of the work that my team and I did in Georgia, because now they're sufficient and I was able to go to another state and grow businesses in other states. Okay. How do we stay in contact? And this is where it comes right, the how to maximize a distant leader. Well, we have social media now. We have technology. We have Zoom. Okay. This is a prime example of what we do with our team in other states. Okay. I also have teams in Oregon, in California, in Texas, in Mexico. And how can I put everybody together? Through a Zoom. Is Zoom the only way that we talk? No. We also talk to WhatsApp. Okay. WhatsApp is the main communication of our team. I think I have over 10, 20 chats. Okay. And I'm not saying that you should do that. But what I am saying is that that's what we do. We have many chats in which we educate our teams. Okay. And the best part is that because of the example that we've been able to show, many of our teams also have their own chats. So they're understanding the power of communication through technology. Okay. So now technology makes it extremely easy to communicate. You know what? This also makes me think of whenever I speak to leaders in the company. For example, Jim Spencer, John Salder, Sandy Walper, just to talk about 3 of them that have been here over 20 years. And they got to the top ranks without technology, all in person. And they actually built a pretty great business nationally, either in Canada or the US, just going in person. Okay, they had to work a lot of hours. They had to travel, true, but they did it. Okay, and they did it with one product, which was Immunocal. Now think about now, it's 2022. We have Immunocal, we have Immunocal Platinum, and we have Immunocal Sport. This doesn't include the immune strength protocol of products that we have. We have so many products. We have the best products in the world. And now we have technology. So it makes you think, was the opportunity better 20 years ago or now? It's now. The best way to grow is now. It's not 20 years ago. It was harder for people back then, but they had the right mindset. So this is another lesson that you want to keep. Okay? It is better and easier to grow business now through Immunotec because of technology and because of our product line. Okay? So how to maximize a distance leader is technology. Now, in the pandemic, we had no choice but to use technology. Now we can do a lot of in-person events. So is it 100% technology with distant leaders? No. We are now living in what we call a hybrid era, right? So you have to combine both, in person and technology. What does this mean? Well, I'll tell you what I do in my team. Okay. We do Zooms every week, but once every 2 or 3 months, we make sure that most of our team, the ones that are committed, go to the big Immunotec event. That's where we see them, we hug them, we talk to them, and then we go back to our homes. This helps us use the best of both worlds. We use technology to present the opportunity and to train, but then we also use the big Immunotec events. We don't just do all technology. That's not good. If you do all technology, you won't keep a lot of your people. But when you do both, it's great. And what's better is that now Immunotec has a big event every 2 or 3 months. So use technology and then use the big events to retain your leaders. Okay, so these are just a couple of tips on how to be a strong gold. And remember, the goal is not to stay gold forever, but the goal is for you to be a strong gold, for you to become a leader, and then eventually be diamond. Okay, that's the goal. Okay, so the more gold you make, in your business and you help them maintain their rank, you're going to get to diamond. You're also going to be a strong diamond. My name is Giancarlo Torres. I am your Immunotec friend. Until next time, thank you.